Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Friday, and that means it's time for another topic of the week. Of course, this isn't just any Friday. This is Christmas Friday. Or at least as I'm recording it, it's still Christmas. I suspect by the time this uploads, it will be Christmas. Another Christmas will have come and gone, but that's okay. And of course, that does relate directly to our topic of the week this week, which is Christmas and Warhammer. And I thought this would be fun, a little holiday cheer, to kind of talk about Christmas and the hobby. And here's specifically what I wanted to talk about. So, first things first, if you, several people already made Merry Christmas videos. I think that's awesome. So, I mean, that's, of course, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope everybody's holiday was totally awesome and that they got lots of good stuff for their hobby, etc. But that actually leads me right into my topic, which is asking for hobby or Warhammer related things for Christmas. So this has been something that's particularly challenging to me. And so I'm kind of coming to all of you wanting to know your experiences. In my personal life, I've always kind of kept my hobby separate, and it's sort of something that I go out and do. I buy my own stuff. I haven't tended in many years to ask those loved ones around me for stuff related to my hobby. And I don't know if that makes me weird. I suspect it does because, this year on Twitter, I see a lot of people who are like opening Warhammer related stuff. This year, I finally broke down and asked for some paints, and as to kind of communicate the challenges that I'm overcoming here, I asked for a couple sets of different paints. I wanted to try out some Scale 75 stuff and some Vallejo special effects sets and things like that. And my in-laws got me 2 sets of paints, which I was very grateful for. I'm super excited to play around with them. But they came to my wife and said, does he really need both of these? Now, these are not massive sets of paints. These are like 8 packs of paints. That's nothing. I mean, you can see what's sitting right here. What you can't see is there's another wall right here that's 120 more paints plus more behind this camera. So, like the idea that 16 paints would just be like way too much is, of course, hilarious. As I'm sure most of you probably have drawers full of paints in various stages of use and drying out and frequency they hit your table. But I've always found it hard to communicate to people, especially to ask for a gift. So what I always did in previous years was just, there's a hobby store, and I would just ask for like gift cards to it or something, and then go there and get my own stuff. Because most of the people in my life are not into the hobby or know what it is. I don't really share that aspect of it with other people. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just, I just keep those spheres of my life separate. So I thought it'd be interesting to maybe talk about, what do you do? Do you ask your friends, your family, your loved ones for Warhammer related stuff? If so, how do you tell them? I think about certain models and asking them for it. Like, yeah, could you go out and get me the Ultra Forge Pleasure Demon? That's what I'd really love this Christmas. Like, I can't imagine that conversation happening. So, like, I was looking through models and I was trying to find some stuff maybe to ask for this year, but everything I wanted was like a weird demon or, some horrible, creepy model, and I'm like, I don't want to ask neither my parents nor my in-laws for that. That just seems like that's going to require too many explanations that I don't feel like doing. So I stuck to things like paints and stuff like that. But I thought it would be interesting to, how do you overcome that? Do other people, do you just share your hobby with other people and so, hey, they know, they're comfortable with it, they're on board? Or do you, do you just keep it separate, that's your own thing? Or do you go the gift card route like I do? And then, of course, as part of this, maybe share some of your spoils, some of your loot. If you did ask for it, what was the fun stuff you got this Christmas? I think that's always cool to see and to see the fun things that Santa brought for all of us under the tree. But of course, so I thought that'd be an interesting topic to discuss and to talk about in the comments below or in a response video. As always, I will attach all the responses to this one. And of course, the thing I want to close with most of all is to wish everybody out there a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. We'll have another topic of the week before the actual New Year. That'll be, or I guess it'll be on New Year's Day. So yeah, so there you go. So, and a very Happy New Year. This has been an absolute fantastic year. for me personally in the hobby. I've gotten a couple armies painted. I've made a lot of great friends. This has been a tough transition year for a lot of us, but it is for me. It has been a very fulfilling year, and I've gotten to know a lot of you out there very well. And I want to thank each and every one of you for really what has been an ongoing gift throughout the year, which is your interaction on the videos, your comments, your responses, all the great contributions all of you have made to this community. I want you to know that that has personally made my year amazing, and I hope that in some small way I've kind of helped all of you, maybe just even to get some models painted with all the drivel that I sit here and spout out during our show or otherwise. So thank you all very much. Merry Christmas. I hope that it has been a wonderful one. I hope you get to spend it with family and friends, or if not that, then at least with some treasured Warhammer models and that are getting some paint on them. So thank you all. Look forward to your responses. And as always, we'll see you next time.